Welcome back to Kanitra Health. So today in this video, I'm going to discuss about the topic goniometer. You know what, like for a student, theories are not that scary as practical. We feel nervous and we don't know what to do. And during that time, if topic is also scary, like goniometer is one of them, like scoring marks seems little bit difficult. So in this video, I'm going to discuss how to remember the hard part of goniometer, that is to remember the range of motion correctly so that we will not make at least error in this part. So I have find a way to remember range of motion degrees very easily, and if you can say that it is kind of trick, because for me also goniometer was scary because of this part. Okay, so without wasting any time, I'm going to start the video. So now let's start the main part, that is I was talking about the degrees of range of motion. Before starting, I would love to remind you that shoulder joint main function is mobility and the lower limb hip joint main function is stability. So the bigger number, that is 180 degree, is for shoulder joint, and the lower numbers, obviously in degrees, are for hip joint, knee joint and ankle joint, because the main function is stability. Second thing is always that I have noticed while I was praying, it was that the flexion has more degree range of motion than extension. So it will make sense and it will make a pattern for you to remember. If you see the reference book provided by your teacher or the notes that you have prepared, in that you will see that the numbers, it's not like according to numbers, obviously it's according to joint and the movement of the joint, the degrees, the range of motion is there, and the numbers there is given, like we can't remember in that manner because brain need patterns to remember. So that only I have done. If you will see the range of motion here is starting from 180 degree, and the smallest number of degree in degree is 20 degree. As I said, shoulder is for mobility. So bigger number, that is 180 degree, is for shoulder flexion, and I also said the flexion has bigger degree. So 180 degree is for shoulder flexion and abduction. Then after 180, we have 150 elbow flexion. See how it's going. Shoulder, elbow, knee, and then hips. Easy to remember if you will focus shoulder, then elbow, knee, and then hip. It's going in pattern. Then 180 degree is for shoulder flexion and abduction. 150 degrees for elbow flexion. 135 degrees for knee flexion. And 120 degree is for knee hip flexion. And for 90 degree, and it's also very easy to remember, 180, 150, 135 and 120. After that, it's very easy, that 90, then 80, then 70, then 60. Like it's just minusing 10 after every degrees. Only after 50 we have 45, and then continuing as before 20, 30 and then 20. So and on 90 degree external rotations happens of all joints if they have movements of rotation. In that too, external rotations are happening at 90 degree. At 80 degree, we have wrist flexion, pronation and supination. Then from 70, extension movement is happening. Wrist extension and internal rotation of every joint. If they have movement of rotation in that too, internal rotation. Then on 60 we have shoulder extension, 50 plantar flexion of ankle joint. On 45 degree we have hip abduction and rotations. On 30 degree we have hip adduction, and on 20 degree we have hip extension and then dorsiflexion. So this was the part we are normally scared of. I have easily tried to sum it up, and for me this is the method called group method. I'm doing it since my earlier classes when I was in 9th, 10th and for while preparing NEET. I use this method for various other topics. Instead of remembering them individually, which is very tough thing, I used to group them like this. So that's it.